Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Jae and
Hi.
I fucking hate this kid. Yeah, I hate this kid. You just really can't take him nowhere.
Yeah, I get that a lot. A lot of people say that shit. You can't take me nowhere.
You really can't. Like, why would he do that of all things? He's like, hi. Like,
That's my thing. That's my thing, though.
He's so annoying.
I hit people up and I just say hi.
It's so fucking annoying. So this week, we got into the topic of rankings. And it was centered around the conversation of a female not being where she thinks she is. Is that what has that?
We're going there?
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
We started
This will be the podcast where I don't speak. I will trigger some people.
Nah, it's fine. But I'm saying no because he's the one that brought it up. Like,
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
So, I'm going to say it like this. I came across something on Facebook a couple days ago. Women said, men are not romantic no more. So, me having a big mouth that I do, I responded. I said, majority of men are romantic. Sometimes y'all just don't appreciate it. And then she said, that's cap. I said, well, maybe you're just not who you think you are.
Yeah, he chose violence.
Because I can tell you right now, me, I don't do shit for nobody. Not one person. I'm the guy who don't ask for fucking favors because I'm not going to do it. And I don't ask nobody for favors.
Not even if it's like your homie? I feel like if I needed...
So you mean you're fair?
Yes, I'm very fair.
Because you know you're not going to do some shit, so you wouldn't expect it from
No. I'm not going to...
What a concept.
I'm not going to ask you for
What a
nothing.
concept.
So don't ask me for shit because I'm not going to do it. So I'm not going to ask you.
But I feel like... No, but I feel like that... You mean that's where females that you date or some shit?
It's anybody.
Anybody.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's anybody.
That's
Nah,
fair.
I feel like if I was to ask Ant for a favor, he more than likely will come through.
Because he knows that you would do him a favor. That's what he's saying.
If you-
Oh,
you know what
all
I'm saying?
right.
So,
I
like
see.
if you don't do shit for me, I'm not gonna do shit for you anyway.
Exactly.
So don't just we just keep it fair. So anyways, but even I've been in situations where I've been fucking romantic and I've done shit for women that I actually liked. So that just tells me right there, you're not who the fuck you think you are because maybe every nigga you're fucking with don't even like you.
So you're making me think of something I thought of yesterday. I want to ask you how you feel about it. Is it fair to say that in order to look for and find a soulmate, you actually have to have a soul?
I mean, I would assume, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it's
So
not a...
wouldn't that kind of factor into why all these women are out here saying they can't find
Oh,
their
can you
soulmate?
believe like a lot of these women out here are just
they're
soulless?
fucking-
Soulless
Oh my
fuck.
god, yeah.
You feel
Damn,
me?
where do you guys find these girls?
And they're on the internet. Just log on. They're all
Yeah,
there.
they're all right there.
They're all
right
there,
there.
bro.
They're all right
No,
there.
but well, my news feed we sent. Well, there's a few girls that I could see that fits, but like the majority of the women that I know and that's on my feed and stuff, they're all hopeless romantics.
My thing. Let me ask you.
Are
this.
they hopeless romantics on the internet? Because a lot of those women
Are their hopeless romanticisms their own, or are they memes of other people's thoughts and ideas? If I took away icons and names of all of your followers and I just had you surf through your stories, would you be able to tell them apart?
Some of them, yeah.
Majority, would you be able to tell them apart?
I would say about.
Give me a percentage of your...
I was going there because I know that's where you're trying to get me to go.
Yep.
We've been doing this long enough.
Mm-hmm.
I would say about 40%.
Okay. For me,
So every 4 out of 10.
you would know who it is.
Yeah,
That's a terrible number.
I know.
Because we're talking about originality and we're talking about personality.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you would only be able to tell 4 out of 10 personalities per capita is disgusting. That's what I mean. So what are you don't know what you're searching for, so why are you mad at everybody else that you can't find it? What you think you're searching for is based off of what somebody else said. Somebody else's meme, somebody else's caption. It's not your own.
Oh, it was a shared meme, by the way.
Of course it was. Of course it
How the
was.
fuck would you know?
And then you're gonna go argue under a thought concept that's not even your own.
Well, all right. So for me, what is romance? It goes back to what we've talked about before. What is romance? I feel that's subjective, and I feel as though that like romance for one person is not the same for the other person. Like me personally, like granted, you know, it would be nice to have like the rose petals on the bed or whatever. That's nice. That's romantic. However, for me personally, like if I worked a long day and the dishes are done, that's romantic to me. Like I appreciate that. Like it's the little things.
A lot of girls like that, like the little things. And
But
we're
you
not
know-
doing that for somebody we don't fucking like.
But you know what? You know what? You'll never see those dishes done if you don't communicate that that's romantic to you.
Well, yeah, all right.
But that's what I'm saying.
So
We're
that
not
is
mind
something
readers.
that I find that is huge. So like, all right, for example, me personally, I'll get into my personal life just a tad bit. I had to sit with myself to really figure out who I am as a person. I had to figure out how do I give love to people, and how do I receive that they love me back. So I realized that me giving love is acts of service and gifts. That's how I tell you. That's how you know I love you. Like, you know, like I really, really fuck with you. If I'm willing to pay certain shit that is going on in your life. Like if I'm willing to, like, you know, just get you things that we've talked about, or I know that you wanted and I know would make you smile. That's how I give love. Now, how I receive love is really quality time. Whether it be we are on the phone for hours, whether it be we spend time together, whether it be we could literally be in the same house, but I know you're home. That's all I need, you know. And
when I walk by to go to the bathroom, I just want to peek over and see that you're there. That's it.
Right. So for me personally, when it comes to dating and stuff, like romance is the small things. Like it's the fact that you ask me how's my day going, how am I feeling, what am I doing. Like you seem to be
invested.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying.
Do you feel like the reason why a lot of people don't receive that is because
they don't know?
No, not that. Because they allow their representative to present what people think is.
Yes.
So in the dating phase, you're doing all this stuff trying to impress this person.
I was
when it's
just
not what you
talking about this with my homegirl who just left after I did her hair. But me and her was talking while I was doing my makeup, and I was telling her, I said, you know what's so funny? I was like, I come to realize I hate the talking phase.
I fucking hate it.
I hate the talking
fucking
phase.
Stupid.
Because we have to pretend that certain shit is okay when we know damn well that's not okay with us. So people are sitting here saying, oh, she switched up. We used to be cool with this. But it's like, no. In the early,
never cool with it.
Right. They was never cool with it. They just had to act like they was cool with it because they were just trying to make sure that they stuck around long enough for you to make them like the girl.
To saying flat out,
you know, no bullshit.
Not okay.
So you know what's so crazy? Because I literally could be in a situation where I'm dealing with a dude, and if he does something I don't like, I'm letting him know, like, listen. One thing is, I'm very vocal. So like I would even tell him, like, listen, I really hate the whole talking phase because I have to pretend that there's certain things that I fuck with when I really don't. But what I am gonna do is I'm just gonna be authentically myself, and you're just gonna know that I just don't rock with that. I'm sorry, because it's either that we acknowledge, accept, and adjust, or we acknowledge, accept, and get the fuck on. It's that simple. I'm not here to waste your time. I don't need you to waste mine. Because if I act like, and then first I always say like, so relationships is, you know, you have your resume, you present it, we do an interview. That's the talking phase, is the interview. Now, you're saying you're ready to sign up for this job, okay? And you're saying that you're qualified for this job. So the first 90 days is the probationary period. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like if you're going with the probationary period and you're sitting here smooth sailing, everything is nice because, you know, you're showing your representative. After that 90 days, all of a sudden, well, like how you say, your favorite is the 5-month mark. I know you.
You give them 90. You give them 90 days. You make it past fucking 90 days with me, I'm ready to propose.
Facts. That's a whole fact.
Wait, no, but what do you mean? Girls make it 5 months with you. 90 days is only 3.
5 months. I think only like I've been fucking alive for 32 years. I think there's only 3 girls who's made it past 5 months.
Any of them get proposed?
2 of them didn't get proposed. That's for damn sure. Cause one of them I liked, the other one I didn't. But the third one is fucking. It's pending. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Yeah, this is like uncharted territories for me now. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck do I do now?
I have to commit.
What the fuck?
What is this?
Get me the fuck out of here. I'm over Anthony already.
Listen.
I just can't with him.
Listen, I will say this, right? And I will say in the camera so everybody knows I'm real. I'm in uncharted territories right now. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know why? Because I'm being nice. I'm not a nice fucking person. I'm being nice to this girl.
So how long do you stay to be nice?
She got me doing the dishes.
As long as she don't fucking piss me off.
But what happens if she pisses, like...
Listen, as long as you don't really... As long as shit don't get fucked up, as long as you don't fuck shit up.
How would she fuck shit up?
I don't know. However people fuck shit up.
This might be my trauma speaking. I don't know if we're going to last until our first real argument.
But that's what I'm saying, because you
Yeah,
really
like,
know
we
how
gotta-
a person
we gotta-
feels.
We gotta throw the gloves on, and I gotta see how low you go when we fight.
Well, no, so
that's what no, because women get low.
They do get low, but I get lower, so it don't fucking matter.
But I just gotta see how low you go, and then I gotta see if I can take that punch. Because if I can take your lowest punch, we'll be fine.
I will tell you this right now. If we argue, I'm not like I'm one of those, like, I'm just nonchalant. I'm gonna sit there like this.
Hate nonchalant.
I'm gonna put my hands like this, and I'm gonna say the most fucking rudest thing anybody has ever fucking said.
You're like me. You're a landmine
I'm
planner.
like, okay.
You plant landmines. I do that shit too. Like,
you wanna go there? All right, watch this. And then you're gonna sit there. And you're gonna be like, yeah, exactly. Watch this. You're gonna sit here. And you're gonna be like, this nigga just really say that to me? I thought he really liked me.
Don't tell me you got issues with your mom either, because as soon as you start yelling, I'll be like, all right, Tanya, I'm gonna call you your mom's name in a heartbeat. Okay, Tanya. Like, what did you just call? You heard me.
Oh yeah, Tanya Jr.
Yeah, I'm gonna set you the fuck up, bro.
So you wanna fucking go?
Yo, I had to stop arguing because like I will ruin a relationship in 30 seconds, bro.
Exactly. Like,
fucking seconds.
I like you. I don't really want to fucking do this.
Yeah, so I'ma chill because I'ma say some shit. I know I can say some shit. I'm vindictive.
I will tell you this, right? My last relationship was fucking terrible. But when shit was done and I knew shit was done, I verbally assaulted that bitch for about 10 minutes. I was just sitting there. Listen, mind you, I'm sitting there, right where the door is, and I'm playing, I'm just saying everything I fucking felt about you. I verbally assaulted her for about 10 minutes and left.
That's not nice.
It's not nice, but it was just everything that came out at once. As soon as I was like, something, there's no returning. As soon as this shit's done, there's no going back. Watch this. That's all it was. I was like, fucking watch now. And guess what? There was no turning back.
Oh yeah, no. There's no going back.
I was saying shit about her from fucking 5 years ago.
Jesus Christ. I'm really speechless right now. Like, I don't really have much to say because I just can't.
It was just one of those situations. Like, you want to be like this, you want to do this shit, you wanted to fuck with me all this time. Oh,
you know why that's so bad? Because naturally, you guys aren't confrontational. Like, women aren't confrontational when it comes to. Let me finish what I'm saying. This is gonna be an episode today. Listen, when it comes to like fight or flight, if I had to guess, and I have no science to back this, most women are not choosing the fight.
Well, yeah. Oh, all right. I see what you're saying. We're not natural fighters.
We are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
If a moment decides fight or flight and you want flight, we're not fucking taking that as an answer. Because once a man gets into that mode, it's fight. There's no other option. So now you're gonna get whirlwind into this fight you probably don't want, because you probably wanted to just make a statement, get it off, and get out of Dodge. If your statement hits a certain spot, you're not going to be able to get out of Dodge. Now you got to deal with this battle. Like,
yeah.
Now you have to deal with this battle, and that's where in arguments we win. When you guys win because you guys are fucking cerebral mind assassins, and you'll just, again, I think it was, who was it? I forgot. It was a comedian that said it, where it was like, you'll be in an argument, and then the woman is looking at you like, yeah, you're just like your dad, and you just that's where I got it from. That's where I got it from. That's why I'll be like, I Tanya Jr. Like, I learned from women. Like, oh, that's how you win the argument. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. That 10-minute verbal assault, I practiced it for about like a year.
Oh yeah, no, it was.
I practiced it for a year.
That's the thing I said. I was like,
listen, I will let you
wait, so then you was just planning on breaking up with her?
No. When we like to let y'all win the fight.
No, you didn't hear what the fuck this nigga just said, bro. Like,
listen, it's a difference, right? Men can tolerate a lot more than women can.
Yes.
Because, like I said, what I was saying, like, if we're unhappy, you will never fucking know.
But that's what I was gonna say. In that tolerance.
That's because we speak on temporary emotions. We speak on it.
No. In that tolerance, we will think of all this shit we should have said, but we didn't to protect you. You get what I'm saying?
Once that shit's
said and done, all of that shit is coming out, bro. Like,
Woo! And if it's coming from me, you know, there's no filter, there's no holding back, there's no nothing. I'm just saying it.
I'm a musician. I have a way with words. Like, I'm a fucking rapper. I'll say some shit and be like, you'll call me a week later, like, yo, fuck you, nigga. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Other people heard what I said. I hear them. They're like, damn. Like, god damn, you really hate this.
Nah. One of my exes recorded an argument we had, like, at the end of our relationship, and I heard that shit back. I was like, oh, I'm nasty. I was like, oh, God. I didn't know I was like that until I heard it.
It's something crazy, right? Same thing. It was recorded of things I said, and I didn't know because I don't have it on anything.
Yeah.
I was like, one night, it was like late night, and I'm getting messages, yo, you're a fucking man, you're a fucking goat. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I guess somebody and said it to me, and all you hear is a shit I'm saying. And
I was just like,
that's what they said. They said, I can't see nobody, but I can hear the voice, and I know it's you.
Nigga, I heard myself back, and the only thing I could say was, well, then. I was like, oh my.
I was like, holy shit.
I mean, I've definitely recorded, but that's because I need to show the person how ridiculous they sounded.
Oh, no, I didn't sound ridiculous.
Yeah,
I said what I needed to say.
Especially because
it just wasn't nice how I said it.
Especially because, like, you know, when you deal with covert narcissists, like, they literally are projected to the world to be these great fucking fundamental people.
Oh,
but
yeah,
then
no, those are the
behind closed doors, they're, like, real fucking evil.
Tombstone pile driving their wife behind closed doors.
Evil. Like, it's like, bro, do you hear yourself? Like, you really feel as though that, like, you think that a person's gonna want to stay with you and this is how you talk? Like, do you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sit there and insinuate a female's a slut. You can't insinuate a female's this or that.
What if you know?
And then, no. There's,
if you know, then you shouldn't be there.
But what I'm saying is like, come on. We're talking about my personal life. Like,
not you personally.
No, I know, but this is what I'm saying. Like, legit. Like, I've been in a situation where.
Even if that girl is that, why does that all only matter when you're mad?
Well, and that's another thing too.
You know she's a slut and all of this shit, but you keep staying with shorty.
Right.
You get what I mean? Like.
But like, but that's what it was for me. Like, I recorded, but it was really just a playback to see, like, oh, do you remember saying all this? Like, you know, like, fuck out of here with that shit.
Have you ever? I'm gonna ask you as a woman. Mm-hmm. Have you ever done something along those lines, like either recording an argument or something like that, because you knew you had a weakness for going back and you needed a reminder?
I have.
That's actually a good idea. No.
I have. So, like, me personally, I am a nostalgic, like person. So sometimes I have to have certain things, just especially when it came to this specific individual, because of the fact that there was like such a soul tie there that like I've never experienced some shit like that, because like this person ultimately was like a weakness, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it wasn't because of the fact that of what they looked like, what they came with. It was none of that shit. It literally had to do with just the fact that was like someone that I really genuinely loved and cared about, like, deeply, like, you know what I'm saying? And even to a point where I even said, I was having a conversation with my cousin, and I was like, you know, I have healed from a lot of the shit that I've been through, but sometimes I do question, maybe I should go back to therapy just for a little bit, just because of the fact of this one particular thing. And it was because does therapy actually work? I believe it does, because therapy is really designed so that you can become self-aware, or like become conscious in self-awareness. So like, you're supposed to acknowledge, accept, and adjust. The adjustment comes with the coping mechanisms. Most people don't know how to cope or cope in a healthy way. So the therapy is supposed to help you become self-aware in the sense of, like, for example, pinpointing things. Like, you know how if you go to the doctors and they go ahead and they're like, oh, you have this and this is the early symptoms of it. And so that if you ever find yourself, like, you know, you're coming down with a cold, you know, you're coming down with a flu because of the symptoms. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now take those same symptoms and put it to your brain, and it's your mental health. So if you find that you're sleeping a lot, if you find that you're like you feel like agitated easily, if you find that you're like just overall fatigued, like you don't really have energy, or like you're having these like dark thoughts or whatever, those are signs of depression. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now if you are able to self-assess and realize, like, okay, I'm acknowledging that I may be having like an episode of depression. Now I'm accepting that it is the depression. Now I need to adjust and be able to have the coping mechanisms of how to get out of the depression, because it's really supposed to like equip you with tools to be able to come out of certain mental states. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like to also recognize what are your triggers, who triggers you, and who the fuck to stay away from.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the covert narcissist is really who I had to stay the fuck away from, because I started realizing it was really damaging me in the sense of my mental health, because I was getting snappy. And it wasn't just affecting me, but it was also affecting my kids, because if I'm not at my best, my kids are not going to get the best version of me. And they matter, because shit, look at the Netflix episode shit that everybody's watching right now. That man was sick in the head.
I hate that that's a thing.
Right, but he was sick in the head, but a lot of his traumas came from his childhood.
Regardless, I hate how they're.
I know a lot of
I hate how they're
ain't doing that shit.
No, but I'm saying no, but you think about. I know, but here's the thing: like, those people have dark thoughts. We don't know what people are thinking, right? Yeah. People just don't act on it, because not a lot of people have the balls to act on it, because it's a domino effect. You act on it, you're going to jail. You're about to lose your job.
Yeah, I know.
Well, can I ask you something?
What?
Do you think some people are just inherently evil?
Yeah. No. Yeah, there's 1% of the world that's just inherently evil.
You think it's that low?
Based
I
on,
think it's a little bit more than
it might be a little more, but
I think if rules weren't in place, like laws and shit weren't in place.
Nah, for sure. But for example, like I grew up, I loved The American Psycho.
Of course you did.
I love that movie.
That's literally one of my favorite movies.
When it's fictional, I can rock with it.
No, but I know it's real.
Doing with that.
No. But even American Psycho, I know it's real.
Yeah. No. Yes, we know that. We know that.
Like Mr. Brooks.
I understand that.
That's another one. You ever watch Mr. Brooks?
American Psycho was real.
That's a real no, not saying like the movie.
That in general.
Not the movie. But I'm saying in
they pull that from reality.
Yeah. All the movies we watch.
But the difference in pulling from reality and reimagining reality is where I have a problem with this, and I'm gonna continue to not say the name of it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that
either.
either.
It's disgusting.
It is.
Like there's even reports coming out like these families are getting re-traumatized. Yeah. Like, yo, this nigga really did all this shit. Like,
I know.
You get what I'm saying?
I like vaguely remember it too. I'm like, a little bit, but I vaguely remember
this nigga really did that shit. So the fact that y'all niggas are just making a show, like, how can y'all even do this like that?
Well, you know what's crazy for me is the fact that a lot of people. We know. But the crazy part about it is that a lot of people didn't even know who the fuck it was until Netflix
I was like,
did
really?
That. Right.
I was like,
but that's why I'm mad.
But then it made me question myself. Why do I know all this?
27.
Really?
But you know why you've done it? Because since it happened, they have done 37 documentaries about this shit. If you want to know what happened, go watch the old shit. Why the fuck does Netflix have to produce a show to show this shit again? I've seen this shit growing up.
I know.
We grew up in his era. We were
even
in his era.
One that I will.
When he died.
The only one that I will say the name, and a lot of people don't even know, Henry Wallace. The Taco Bell Strangler, whatever it was.
Yeah, that one was wild.
Yeah, that one was wild. Like,
wild.
If people, and you know what's even crazier about it? He's black.
Yeah,
it's like Kike Price.
No, I know, but he literally had like 17
There's
females.
There's only a couple of like known black serial killers. Yeah, and he was up there.
He was up there.
He was up
just
there.
Like, and then like even so people think that this specific person was sick, and granted, yes, he was. However, there's another one, the Toy Box Killer. That motherfucker was
just
sick.
A nut.
He was sick.
He was a nut.
He was sick. Over 60. Whew, that man was. And nobody's like, come on. And this is what I'm saying.
Like, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nuts. Like I literally, I enjoy watching all those things because. I
do too,
but you know, there's a fine line with it because it's just like. But now let's put it into perspective with mental health and shit. If I didn't seek therapy and shit like that, who's to say I wouldn't even just walk over to the other side?
Well, think about the old school notion that still goes on to this day, where like women are like into serial killers. Mm-hmm. That's nuts.
They love that shit. They
love it.
They sleep to it.
They love
you know
it.
What?
They turn around and fall asleep to it.
Matter of fact,
Andrew Schultz, the comedian, was like, my girl watched the Zodiac Killer or whatever it could be. You know what she did after? She got dressed in the middle of the night and went for a jog. Like, the fuck is wrong with you?
You know what's even crazier too? Because like no bullshit, I was actually watching a podcast on Manosphere Highlights Daily. Yep. I love that fucking thing. He does such a great job putting the compilations together. Like I enjoy his content, but there was a video that he was putting was about how a woman basically admitted how she was settling with her good guy, but she always wanted the bad men. The bad guys.
I think that's most.
No, but in the interview she basically said like, almost all women are attracted to and want the bad boy, but they settle with the good guy because they know that the good guy is the one that's gonna actually treat them good.
What's the definition of a
good what
guy?
Qualifies a bad guy actually?
Yeah, because like if like I'm pretty sure a lot of people know I'm a piece of shit.
No, you would be a bad guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know I'm a piece of shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
If I treat you good, even though
then am I a bad guy?
Yeah, am I a bad
right,
guy or am I a
and
good
you
guy?
know what? And that's where
why y'all are crazy.
No, but that's where we get conflicted because no bullshit. So, for example, even in my own personal like experience, right? I've dealt with someone who, like, he is known to be reckless with the fucking mouth. Like,
worse than me.
He's right up there with you and Juju. He's
Who?
right up there with you and Juju.
Talking about he's up there.
He's right up there with you and Juju. And like, but when I tell you, it's the sweetest person to me.
That's what I'm saying. So my now,
so is that what you
my thing is this.
But no, but see that. But that's the thing. Like me personally, and I will admit, like I'm one of those females. Like yeah, I like the bad guy in the sense of he doesn't take shit and he just says it like it is.
But that's not a bad guy. That's just a man.
Well, all right. So then, but that's the thing.
But
society has shaped us to believe that bad guys are
people that speak for themselves and shit.
Right.
But that's why I think it's weird because it's like, all right, cool. So let's say you're into bad boys. You settle for the good guy. Now, what if that good guy becomes every bad nigga that you're attracted to? Is he now a bad nigga? If you're into drug dealers, I'm gonna just use them as an example. If you're into drug dealers, right, and you get with the tech mogul, and all of a sudden the tech mogul decides, yo, I got $100K in the bank, I'm gonna get a pack. And now he's flipping weight. Now he's the plug. Does that make you more attracted to him? Does that make you less attracted to him?
Depends. Just because somebody is a drug dealer, don't really make him a bad person.
No. I know. I'm just using that as a blanket example.
No, he's saying like basically if he steps over to the dark side.
You know how she's saying most women want the bad guy, but they settle for the good guy. Yeah. Whatever you quantify as a bad guy, if your good guy morphs into that.
So then we could agree that really like the whole concept of good and bad is just subjective.
It's super subjective.
Like, is that why women like to start arguments? Just kind of see who you are when you're mad.
Yes,
absolutely.
Of course, they all want to see that.
That's why that's telling you.
Because not for nothing, even with this said person, I've absolutely like gotten into conversations where I lost my fucking shit, and I was just like, and in a way, I really meant what the fuck I said. I could have changed my delivery. However, it really allowed me to see how does he respond to it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like men do the same thing with women too, though.
I love it. That's why it turns me on. But sometimes I start shit just for the fuck of it. But
I want to see if you keep yelling at me in English or if it just naturally transitions over.
But like
that's because you're dating a foreigner.
But like, you know what I mean? Like,
nah, she's from here.
No,
I know what you're saying.
Her ethnicity, her origin.
But it doesn't matter the language, though. It doesn't matter the language.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like.
But I'm talking about. I'm talking about the men who date just African American women, the ones that don't speak any other language. They're only gonna get English.
Back when I was younger,
but it's also like
Cape Verde, and we're gonna go from 0 to 100, and we're going right.
Seconds.
Like by Pamar to Bezhnia Kader, shit like that. Like that's gonna come out.
But it's also like if I do like you,
if
I do like you, in a sense, I'm protecting you because there is a side of me you don't want
to see it.
You don't want to see that fucking side because you're not gonna like me anymore. You're gonna be like, wow, like everything you said was true. Everything you said about himself is true.
And then at that point, as a woman, you have to settle with yourself. Do I really like this shit?
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too, though, because like, all right, so the person in particular that I'm talking about, he's significantly younger than me, so it's just one of those things where like I've heard him talk to and about other bitches. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the boy gets reckless with his mouth.
Never
like
want to be a subject of that.
I don't, and that's the thing. Like I
don't. Be a subject of that conversation.
That's the problem. She's heard this shit too. And she's like, I wonder what the fuck you saying.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I say he's up there with you and Juju because the shit. Like he's the type that say, for example, and this is just like a hypothetical. If they're at the club and he got a section and a shorty tries to come into his section just for GP, he'll be like, the fuck you doing? Like, get the fuck out of here. God. Like, this ain't no freebie shit. Like,
See, this is the thing, because that's where, you know me. I'm super cool. I like to keep everybody happy. I'm that same way in those type of instances.
But that's what I'm saying. He's very nonchalant and very laid back. But what I'm saying is that I know he has that in him.
Yeah.
So like clearly that's what we would perceive as the bad boy.
Because they know you have that
Yeah, like I know it's
You got
in.
that dog in you.
dog in
Yeah,
you.
that
You
dog in
scan your X-ray. There's just a pit bull
But
right here.
but if we're gonna keep it as like, you know, the dog concept, I know that pit bull is there, that Rottweiler, that Great Dane is right there. Like I know that. Or shit, even if we're gonna go with the aggression of a Dalmatian, I know it's there.
Like this thing's gonna
But
bark.
with me or whatever, like lay back, rub your belly, and like, you know, at the end of the day, it's,
Well, let me ask you this: any aggressive dog that you've ever known, do they ever bite their master?
no, unless the person treats them poorly.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But the people that got dogs and they're like, yo, be careful, my dog bites. He don't ever bite his owner.
Right, true.
Well, they'll always get in the middle, like, nah, chill.
Yeah,
You over the
it's
fucking
only the
with him.
owner. It's only the owner that can be like, yo, relax. Nobody else can tell that dog to relax.
That's why I always
Some
say.
men, that's the same.
Yeah, I always say
if
that.
I
That would
black
make
out,
sense.
if I black out, there's two people in the world that can stop me. One of them is sitting across from me right now. The other one's at my house.
But yeah,
If neither one of them are around and I lose my cool,
You're fucked.
everybody around me's fucked.
no,
like-
but see, and that's the thing, cause like with him, it's the same thing. Where like there was one time that I'll never forget this. I remember he was going through a situation. So I always tell people, like, when it comes to my brothers, when it comes to people that I'm close with, and they have kids with someone, I always say, like, I always give them the whole spiel. Do not let her leverage the kid over you.
Yeah, nah, that shit is.
So I'll never forget that there was a situation where, like, you know, he was going through some bullshit. You know, baby mom was on some shit. And, like, he went into a dark space in his mind. And first person he decided to hit up was me. And I was, like, able to kind of, like, de-escalate the situation. Because, you know, when you go there,
don't
like,
do it.
don't do it, my
Don't
friend.
fucking
You
do
know?
it.
Go to 911.
Like,
Oh,
chill
you
the
don't
fuck
want to go
out.
to jail, my friend. You know? But, like, so we already have that rapport. That's why, like, in a way, I don't necessarily feel like I would get that side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel as though that I would ever experience that. But it's just, and I never did experience it. But what I'm saying is, like, I know for a lot of women, they wish that they had that rapport. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when they say that they want the bad guy, but, the bad guy or the persona of the bad guy, but the bad guy to be good for them, it's like a bitch looking to get Future to, you know, commit to them and respect them.
Yeah, that's what girls want.
Yeah, again, it's
Everybody
that
wants
competition.
the-
It's that competition.
Girls want Future to act like Russell Wilson
Yes.
to them.
It's the competition that y'all inevitably have with each other. You just want to prove you're different than the rest of them.
Yeah.
Think about Shorty that dude didn't kill. She get to walk around with a different sense of.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Again, Andrew. You have to watch his stand up. Andrew Schultz is one of the best comedians ever. But he has a joke where he's like, "He killed you, bitches? Huh? Must suck to be you. Y'all got that dry ass pussy. I got this wop over here. Like,
Yeah.
he killed y'all. I don't know what that's like.
That's what women want. Women want that shit. Like
They want
know.
that.
Like they know. Listen, because let's be honest.
And they're willing to put their life on the fucking line.
Y'all talk.
If we
you
developed
think,
an ego that we never had one day.
if you think they didn't ask about me, and everybody's like he's an asshole, being like, but he's not like that to me. You feel like, oh, like he's nice to me, but he's an asshole to everybody else.
Yeah.
That's how girls feel.
Listen, I'm gonna give you an example right now that'll show a textbook difference between men and women. Ant, if I got a girl, right, shorty I used to mess with, whatever the case may be, she jump from around the block. Whoever get her, that's just, you know, whoever get her.
Yeah.
And you going after her, right?
Yeah.
And we talk, I'm like, yeah, I was. You hear stories. She had me climbing windows and she had me fighting all these niggas and this and that. You touching that box?
Probably not.
Now, if I tell the same thing to a woman and she see that his ex is slashing his tires and showing up to his job and all of that shit, the first thing a woman gonna think is, oh, that D must be serious.
Yeah.
That's the difference. That is the textbook difference. If I tell you war stories, you're gonna be like, I don't want nothing to do with that pussy. It's too good. It's gonna put me in trouble.
Yeah.
Women are like, I need it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want it.
women
I don't
are
want
like,
it.
that is dangerous.
I need peace in my life. I don't want that.
Oh, he
shit.
got a piece. According to Shorty, he got a piece on him.
No, I
You
need
don't give me
peace,
peace,
like
alright?
tranquility
He
in my
gonna give
life.
you a whole piece.
Nope, I need tranquility in my life. I don't need all that drama. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's what girls.
That's how, like, when niggas and goes back to what I said before, like how dudes will be more prone to date a single mom versus women being prone to date a single father. And it's because of the fact that a lot of times we gonna look at the baby mama and be like, I don't know, is it worth it? Because we know that if a female finds out that you're dealing with her baby daddy, whether they've been together or not for years.
But again, if he dick it down proper, your first thing you thought in your head is, I get it.
Well, for me,
I get it. I see why she's
it's
climbing
a
up
little
windows.
different for me, 'cause I don't have that problem because mine's not really a big Ant Mula fan. she's not a big fan of me.
That helps.
I mean,
Well, see, mine are non-existent. Like, I mean, I have
women
this.
like to tell yourselves that.
I have this running joke that like, I'm a divorce before I was married, and then I'm a widow for the other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so me and him, we just don't communicate. We never got married, but we were divorced, and then the other one just doesn't exist in my world.
I'm saying it's beautiful.
He's not around, so therefore, like,
it's beautiful. They let you do. I do whatever the fuck I want. It doesn't matter.
So
he's not a big fan, so I have to.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like my daughter's father, like, it's not that I'm a big fan or not a big fan. It's really, I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what
like,
I mean? It's just like,
I be trying to tell people, like, I'm a little different when it comes to a lot of things because I could care. I just don't give a fuck. Like, I never been fully invested in his life to be like, oh, well, there was only one time that I was like, I didn't want my daughter around a certain bitch. There was only one time that ever
was she a bad person?
No. It was more so the betrayal I felt from her because I knew her.
All right,
that's the shit that had me fucking vexed.
Yeah, no.
That like in my
that's fair because
she was in my face, in my car, all that shit, like in the house.
I'm saying. Kids are smart, so they're gonna look at that dynamic between them and go, wait,
what? Confused. But I got over that shit real quick though because I was like, you know what? Actually, this works out because if I want to go out for the weekend here, go to your dad's house. Mm-hmm. Like, this is why I never understood why chicks be all worried about the fuck their baby daddy's doing and trying to like.
I feel bad for the guys with the crazy baby mothers because I don't have to deal with that stuff. Like my situation is great with this mutual, like as a mutual like understanding because we have the same child. But other than that, we do whatever the fuck we want. Then like we don't really like each other, but like it's just there. I mean, that's what happens when you tell somebody about themselves for 10 minutes. But
she was the one that you told her for 10 minutes. I hate him. Yo, damn, that sucks. You get told 10 minutes and then you still got a kid with her. So I gotta deal with you for like years to come and use.
But it's just like, but it's a good situation because I do whatever the fuck I want and she does whatever the fuck she wants because neither one of us care.
I guess, yeah.
And, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I feel bad for motherfuckers that got that baby mama drama. Like you might not been together for 4 years, but you still slacking your tires. Like what?
You know what is really interesting too, and like you know, it crosses my mind is
she was a straight jacket, not therapy.
You don't really know. All right, so say if a dude's been with his BM, that was his first and like real relationship, and they were together for like years, right? They break up. He stays single for maybe 2-3 years or whatever. And so the baby mom and him have like a kind of cordial, like civil co-parenting style.
Yeah. They're adults.
Because, no, but listen, but it's because the baby daddy's been single.
Once
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be real curious to see, like, okay, when that...
I get to constantly see what I think is your misery.
Right.
As soon as that changes,
right.
Now we have a problem.
Yeah, mine's alright with that.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, what about
the majority are. That's why I said I feel bad for them. Mine's cool with it.
Majority, that is a big problem.
So it's like niggas really would have to put all their ducks in a line to make sure and assure that like the kid gets to be with them and all that other stuff before he.
Baby daddy's gonna be petty too.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Baby daddy's gonna be very petty.
My daughter's father, like it was the first. No, you know what's so crazy? Like in the beginning, he wasn't really petty at all. It was a year later.
Yeah, it builds up.
It's time.
Bruh,
yeah. It's
listen.
Time. You know why?
Listen.
Because all that time went by and he couldn't cope with everything.
Linda, listen, Linda.
Honey,
listen. After that year mark, bruh, it was the whole new devil that came out to play. I was like, what the fuck is this? Yo, it didn't help the petty way I went about it. Like, I'll take accountability on that. I definitely provoked different.
You poked the beast a little bit?
I sure did. You want to know why? Because I was tired of being poked my damn self. I said, we gonna poke.
And see, that's what I mean. So when you play the get back game, then both parties are equally kind of...
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what it was? Because I was fucking nice for way too long.
And that's and I went about it the way we should have went about it, and then you decide to go about it this way after all this time. Now but at that point as a man, you're asking for that petty side of her.
Yeah, no, like it was on some shit. Like
Yeah, you don't want to do the petty side.
Yeah,
nah, it was
petty
on some
battles.
shit.
Like,
there's only a few select men in the world, half of them in my family, but there's only a few select men in the world that can play the petty game with a woman. Like, women are gonna play petty better than you.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at it.
No. That's why I said there's a few of us. There's a few select
Maybe you guys
of
are
us.
related down the line. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. We have to do some research.
I think I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, but
we know you're good.
for the
It's
most
so
part,
annoying.
you know why? Because like I said earlier,
I'm tired of getting
women-
those phone calls like, yo, like, what's your thoughts on this? Because this right here. I'm like, Ant, why are you like this? I'm sitting here like, oh my God, I would hate to be on the receiving end of this. Like, what are you doing?
But listen,
And he'd be like,
earlier-
what? She wanted to play, I had to play back.
Exactly.
Like, no, you
But
didn't.
See, at least as a man, at least Ant will call and because there's a moral.
No,
there's
he
a
already did it. He's calling me to tell me about
There's
it.
a moral compass there because he's like, yo, was I wrong for this? Like, you know what I mean?
After he already did it.
Because we're not gonna think we're not premeditated like y'all. We're gonna act in the moment, and if we have a soul, we will look back at a situation and go, yo, that might have been fucked up.
It might
But
have
no,
been.
but you know what would be fucked up about it though? The fact that it's justified, but it's like, damn, you didn't have to go that far.
That's what a lot of people say. You don't gotta
No bullshit. Like, I swear to you, like, I can't even sit there and be like, damn, like.
If a dog's gonna bite you, are you gonna dictate how hard the dog gets to bite
Right,
you?
but that's what I'm saying.
know
But
what I'm
like,
saying? Like-
when it comes to him, when he does that, when he has those moments and he's calling me and he's like, yo, sis, like, what do you think about this, and that? And I'm like,
First of all, you know what the fuck I think. That's why
right.
you called me in the first place.
And then he's like, nah, but like, nah, hear me out though. But like, and then he'll start, and I'm like, Anthony, like, I really can't even, like, I can't even negate why you did it. However, did you really have to do it that way?
Like, yeah. Sometimes you gotta prove a point.
Yeah.
You gotta prove your point. Like, listen, you wanna fuck with me? This is me being nice.
This is what it looks like to fuck with me.
Yeah,
Do you want to continue to go down this road?
This version of me being petty toy, it's a fucking love tap. Imagine
There's
I
two
can really
ways.
do.
Listen, there's two ways you can teach.
He said,
your
this
kid.
is a slight fender bender.
There's
It's
two
a
ways
love
you
tap.
can teach a lesson. You can constantly tell your kid not to touch the stove, and they never understand why. Or you can say, touch it.
Well, true.
Touch
'Cause
the fucking stove.
I'm the mom that says touch it. Go
That's
ahead.
how my mom was. Touch the fucking stove. That's what the fuck I told your ass
Right.
before.
No
Like-
bullshit. Because, you know, the way I parent is literally in that style because I look at it like sometimes you're going to have to hit your head for you to understand why you shouldn't do that to hit your head. Like, there's...
I have a hard time doing it with my daughter because she's a girl. But sometimes I let it. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, keep jumping off the couch.
But that...
One of these days, I'm not gonna be here to catch your ass.
But no bullshit, because like my daughter, she says she's vented to me one time that she feels like I've been hard on her, and I'm like, hard on you how? She'll give me the examples, and I'm like, listen.
Wait, at her age, she's definitely your child.
No, my daughter. Listen.
That is definitely your child.
Do you get mad at your kids for doing shit that you do?
No.
I don't.
I get annoyed in the moment, but then I have to take a step back, and it's like, listen.
My whole thing on it is my parents did great. Don't get me wrong on my next statement, but some of my behaviors, my parents didn't know how to deal with it outside of just being typical black parents. When I see my daughter do shit, I'm like, I know how I would have preferred for it to be
That's how I
handled,
am with my daughter.
So I handle it that
Correct.
way. You know, because my daughter is just like me, and
Yeah,
I'm getting to see myself.
Like both my kids, like I try to explain to people, like I do the whole like coaching type of parenting style rather than on like the guide, like I'm their guide.
As opposed to being the authority.
Yeah, like I don't do the authoritarian shit unless I said what I said.
Yep.
That's as far as authoritarian I get. Which it used to be the authoritative figure versus the coaching.
A lot of the times, my daughter's the one that like kind of shuts me or calms me down. Like she'll do some shit. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? She's like, Daddy, relax. I'm like, you right? I'm bugging. Like,
Nah, but
you right? I'm spazzing right now.
Like with my daughter, it's been on some shit. Well, both my kids actually. My son's 8. My daughter's 11. Both of them. My daughter's far more wittier than my son, but my son's the type that at 8 years old, as a young black man, he'd be like, I want to tell you, like, I want to be able to tell you something, but I don't want you to be offended with what I'm going to say. That's how my son starts. And then he'll proceed to tell you what is bothering him and why it's bothering him. My son could literally break shit down. And which is great for an Aries. That's fucking amazing because, you know,
We just get straight to the fuck.
you know what I'm saying?
We get straight to the point.
So
Mom,
like,
you're fucking wilding right now.
right. But my
That's what they're
daughter,
doing with me.
my daughter, she's the type that she'll tell you, like she'll be like she'll approach it a little differently. She'll be like, Mom, She's like, remember that time? As soon as I hear remember that time, that's how I know she's trying to like vent or something. And she's like, remember that time? And then she'll be like, this, and that. And I'm like, yeah, what about it? Well, I didn't appreciate this, and that because of this, and that. Like, that's how my daughter approaches shit. And that's the difference between both my kids. But needless to say, both of them absolutely like express themselves. And
you know what I do like about my daughter, and then we can swerve out of this topic after this. Because I'm teaching my daughter how to be vocal. Like, she gets to say what she has to say, regardless. Like, if you're uncomfortable with something, talk. Like, I teach her that. Like, speak your mind. How I react to it is how I react to it, but you have that platform. Her grandparents cannot stand it.
Yeah, no.
And I love it. She's a reality check for them. Because, like something will happen, and, like, let's say my mom will yell at her. And she'll be like, yeah, can you relax? Like, and my mom will get heated, like, because how dare you tell me to relax? And then she'll come to me, oh, yeah, your daughter told me to relax. I'm like, did you need to relax? Because she's not going to just say something to be rude.
Because she's the granddaughter.
She's not going to just say something to just say it. If she feels like you need to relax, you might be wilding. Like her grandmother on her other side, very handsy. Likes to just, let me fix your hair. She'd be like, can you stop? Like, and then she'll get mad. I'm like, she don't want you to touch her.
Right. No,
like,
but that's how
why are you teaching this woman, this girl, that it's okay for certain people to not listen to her when she says, I do not feel comfortable with you putting your fucking hands on me.
Right. No, that's my kids. Yeah, that's my kids. But you know what else is crazy? Now we're talking about the subject of children shit. The number of single fathers versus single mothers. It's on the up and up.
You know why? Because y'all F-R-E.
No bullshit.
There's a lot of deadbeat mamas.
A lot of deadbeat mamas. Whole lot of deadbeat mamas.
Like,
don't get talked about.
Like, no bullshit. I'm starting to see a whole lot of single fathers versus single moms. Like, and it's starting to get real spooky. You want to know why it doesn't
get talked about? Because you guys are put on the mom pedestal, which nothing on the planet is higher than that. Nothing on the planet is higher than that. If you all right, well, you might not be the person to ask this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Let's say in the perfect world,
that sounded fucked up. You're not the person.
Let's say no, because what I'm about to ask, I just know what his answer is gonna be. But let's say in a perfect world, both parents are premium parents, all right? If you see your father getting beat up versus if you see your mom getting beat up, who are you more likely to jump in for? Your mom, right?
Yeah, I'm like fucking pussy.
That's what I'm saying. If you see your dad getting beat up, you're kind of looking at him like, bro, handle that.
I'm gonna pull a Kevin Hart. Yeah, you better watch out before I get Steve at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Steve on your ass. Whereas if you see a woman, if you've never hit a woman a day in your life, and you see a woman hitting your mama, that might be day one right there.
Oh my god.
If I see you punching out my mom's, I'm flooring you, and I'm not thinking. I don't care if you man, woman, or alien. Yeah, I'm flooring you. If you're beating my mom, now my mom can fight, so the chances of you doing that are very fucking slim. I've seen my mother beat a grown ass man.
My mom whooped ass.
Nah, my mom's a bully. Like, my mom's a dead ass bully. I can tell you war stories, but so I know my mom can handle her own. But point blank period, if I see you punch your moms out, I'm jumping in way faster. I will still jump in for my dad, but I'm jumping in a whole lot faster for moms.
Yeah, no bullshit. That's how my kids be feeling.
It feels my dad might observe a little bit.
Like,
I might wait until his life is in danger.
I might look at you like.
Like, come on, nigga, come on. All that bullshit you used to talk when I was growing. Beat this nigga.
All this shit you making me go whatever.
Yeah.
I'm looking, you can't even beat Steve.
I could beat Steve, my nigga. You can't beat Steve.
We gonna be like.
That's what I'm saying. You guys get put on that pedestal, so I say that to say that stigma, it exists way more commonly than we talk about. Just because mothers have custody of their kids don't mean they're good mothers.
Facts.
Look at Eminem.
True.
Just because his whole career was built on, the reason why so many niggas felt him is because they're like, oh, you're talking about this? Yeah. You're admitting that your mom's we don't get to do that. Yeah. That's why a lot of niggas felt him in the beginning. Man. He was talking about something that niggas couldn't talk about back then. Yo, my mom's ain't shit. All my nasty habits, I learned from this motherfucker.
Like, it's a lot of ain't shit moms out there.
A lot of them. A lot of ain't shit moms out there. I know a lot of them.
I know a lot of them too.
It's just so sad to me because to think like, we have all like, so I'm sorry, like it just mind blows me how women, like, I guess the concept, and this is gonna sound so fucking horrible, But I guess the concept of a deadbeat dad sounds like a little more like, okay, I can kind of get it, is because
It's more relatable.
well, no, it's not even about just that. To me, I just don't understand as a woman that you carry this little being in you for 9 months, and we bond with the child a lot differently than the men bond with the child. So, like, them being able to leave the kid, okay, like, you know, I kind of could get it because they don't have that, like, I can't see myself.
See, I think that's perspective, because although I'll never know what it's like to carry, I look at that as like, yo, that's my genetics.
Okay.
Like, that is a piece of me is growing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
I look at it like that. I could never, no matter
Well,
how
and
much
that's
I
what I'm
hate-
saying. Like the single dads that I do know, they're amazing fathers, and I know they have that mentality that you're speaking of. So like I get it, but it'll never register to me how some of these women are not truly attached to their children.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give my.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
not gonna
that
give
has
a
to
good
do
mom
with-
my way into some coochie. Sometimes I might say like, "You're a good mom." They be like, "What are you not used to seeing women be good moms?" I'm like, "No, actually,
No,
I'm not.
I'm actually not.
I'm
Yeah.
actually not.
If we're gonna be real, no. A
And
lot of the times, I know a lot of deadbeat dudes, but a lot of the times, like the women that speak so badly on their kids' fathers and everything like that, those are usually, and I'm pretty sure you can agree with me on this, those are usually the niggas that you see with their kids all the fucking
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it.
all the
Where girls
time.
will sit here and
Anytime
talk.
you get up with your boy, or anytime your boy pull up, car seat right in the back. You at the club, you doing this, you doing that, but he's a deadbeat. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Why? Because he's not giving the required amount that you feel like you deserve to not spend on your kid in the fucking first place. So he's a deadbeat. If this nigga's with his kids more than most men that live in their home, how is he a deadbeat?
Right.
He's raising that little boy or that little girl, like
Right.
My kid comes with me everywhere. Fuck it.
everywhere.
Fuck it.
Fam, I have video footage of my first album being recorded. I am holding my daughter in the booth for most of my verses.
She comes with me to the barbershop.
Everywhere.
Okay.
And that's why I
Sit
might
there.
have a what's it called? I might have a
Bias.
biased opinion on it. But I also know other men like that. And I'm
Well,
just
see,
like,
and that's the thing, because I do know amazing fathers. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, for me, like I said, I also know a lot of ain't shit fathers.
Oh, I know.
I know a
Oh,
lot
You
of
know what I'm
too.
saying? But it's the concept of ain't shit mothers. Like, all right, so let me put it this way. Like,
It's taboo.
I know that there's women who really ain't shit moms, in the sense of like they have custody of their kid, but they don't pour into their kid the way that they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of those.
A lot of times,
The
times
ones I
women
don't
think
see-
because they have custody, they're a good parent.
Right, but the ones I don't really see is the ones where they don't live with the kid doesn't live with them, and the father got them, and they don't really come checking for the kid. That's the one that really just blows my fucking mind.
Now those are Haley's Comet, right? Those are rare, but I think because the platforms are different, we have to look at what the deadbeat is as a different. We can't make it the same because it won't.
So
be
what
the
is
same.
it? So what is a deadbeat?
Just flat out deadbeat.
Yeah.
If you do not care for your kids in the proper manner, point blank.
What is the
period.
proper manner?
If you're not raising your kid, how you're raising it is subjective. But if you are not doing your part, if both parties are not coming together to say, "Yo, this is how we're raising our kid. Let's stick to it," then whoever's not living up to that contract is a deadbeat.
Okay.
Regardless
I would say the fact that the kid needs routine and structure.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that the kid needs to be emotionally poured into.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that the kid needs to be fed, clothed, all the nine, bathed, all that. And the fact that you're actually doing activities with the children.
Okay.
Those all define
Now-
good parenting,
Now,
in my opinion.
what was that? That was 6 things you named, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing less than 4 of those 6 things, you're not a good parent.
Shit, I would say if you're doing less than 5 of the 6 things that I said.
No, because I'll be fair to single moms. It's hard for them.
Well, all right, yeah, because
So
I mean,
that's
I'm
what
a
I'm
single
saying.
mom, but I do have a village.
Exactly. So if you're doing less than 4 of those things, like if you think you're a good mom just because you work and pay for your kid, and your kid is home once you get out of work and you're with your kid, and that's it. What the
Well-
fuck are you doing?
well,
your
there's
kid's in school for 8 hours. Listen, your kid's in school from 8 o'clock to 3.
Yeah.
You pick your kid up from your daycare or your mom's house at 4. From 4 to 6, you're telling your kid to leave you alone because you're tired from working, and by 8 o'clock, your kid's in bed. You're not a good fucking mother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I get that part, but also too, like, see, for my kids, even with me, like, so, me personally, I do work a lot. my mom does help me with the kids. And as far as like my sister helps as well, so does my cousin. Like we have a village of people. Like I am blessed at this point in my life. There was one time I was doing it by myself, but like now I can't say like I'm doing 100% everything by myself,
so
because
even when
it's
you
not
were
like
doing
that.
it by yourself, because you're
When I was doing it by myself, for one, I took a year off of working and everything like that to make sure that I was there for all the little moments. Because that was when Preston was born.
Yep.
When Shaylin, I went back to work within 2 weeks of having her. So it was a different time. But regardless, I did pay for everything. When I did go back to work, I would wake up early, get myself ready, get them ready, bring them to daycare, go to work, get out of work, go pick them up from daycare, go home with them, cook for them, sit, eat, get them showered and ready, like, situated, let them chill. And then when they went to bed, I also was working, doing hair. And I would repeat it all over again.
But you just checked off all 6 things.
Well, yeah.
Doing all of that. Now,
Right.
let me ask you this, because this is the separator, because I know a lot of people are going to get triggered by what I said, and if you know me, you know I don't give a flying fuck. But when it came to that 7 days, those 5 days a week, those work week, and when it came to the fucking weekends, did you spend it with your kids or did you go to the fucking club?
Oh, no,
A lot of them send their kids out, abuela.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You're not parenting. You're managing your kids.
Just because you post the pictures of your kids on Instagram, it's like
I don't even. You know what's crazy? I don't even post my
mom.
kids. I rarely post my kids, and people think that I don't even be with my kids or whatever.
I don't post mine either.
Unless they
barely
are
post mine.
around me. Unless they're around me, they don't really know whether or not I'm with my kids, because like even my kids come to the salon, they be sick of the salon. Like my kids come with me to a lot of the players' house or whatever. Like my kids are usually always with me. If they're not with me, they're with my mom. Now in the last, like, I would say year and a half, I have taken advantage a little more to actually go out to actually do things, because for the longest I was doing it. My kids are 11 and 8.
But that's
when
what
I'm
saying.
home,
You're established.
no, I know, but I'm saying like when I'm home, my kids, them spending time with me is literally like I'm watching TV or they want to watch something and we're watching it together, but they rather just lay on me, be on their tablets or do whatever they're doing, but
Mom's
just lay
here.
on me.
Yeah, mom's here.
That's it. That's
It's
all they
good
care.
enough. Mom's here.
Right.
My daughter
Especially
does
my
the same
son.
thing.
My son is the type that he wants to be up and under me. My daughter should be ready to be on her tablet talking on FaceTime. She don't really pay me
My
much
daughter
mind.
does the same thing. I'll be playing like my video game or something, and she'll come in the room, and I'm like, "Do you want to play something?" Or like, she's like, "No, I just want to sit here."
Right.
Bet. You know what I mean?
That
But
works
she
for me.
knows. But if she wants to ask me something, or if she wants me to stop what I'm doing, she doesn't feel like she's bothering me to do so.
Yeah, no,
Like,
my kid. That is one thing. My kid has no fucking chill. Where I be on the phone, I be doing something, they go straight for asking the question. I'm like, bruh, you see, I'm on the phone.
Yeah, that's nice.
Excuse me?
I have a question. Like,
Right, like I'm like,
but that's what
bruh.
I'm saying. Those moms that are not the greatest moms, you're just managing your kids. Every time your kid come to ask you a question, you answer with a fucking attitude, or you're making your kid seem like a bother. Like, you're not a good mom. Like,
You know what else is you ever watch Kendra G live? No.
very briefly.
Very
I've
briefly.
seen a few. That's the one that they say like is like the female
Kevin
Kevin
Samuels.
Samuels. Yeah.
They say that, but they only say that
They're
because
very
she
different.
asks.
I've seen like some like snippets. I can't
Yeah,
really say I watched
they
it.
say that, but it's really because they ask.
She holds
She
people
asks.
accountable.
She asks
Hold women
certain
accountable?
question.
Just hold women accountable.
Well, she does the same thing with like qualifying questions. Like,
That's all it is. That's
Yeah.
all she's doing is qualifying questions. She said.
You know you can't
You
tell
know-
women that.
She'll just say like like age, location, what do you do for a living, what kind of man are you looking for, do you have any kids, why aren't you with the baby fathers or fathers, when was your last relationship, when was the last time you had sex, what else does she ask, what makes you like a catch,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, what will make
You
you.
can't be at Wendy's saying you demand a little baby. Like, what the fuck is your problem?
I'm crying. No, because men don't really give a fuck about what females do. They don't care about their money.
I care if they work at
Wait, I have a question. Why do you care?
Because I go to Wendy's a lot. Those are not the brightest people. They always fuck on my order.
My God.
The fuck? I mean, I get it. I get it. They work at Wendy's and not NASA, but still, if I want barbecue sauce,
He's not
on
paying attention.
I want barbecue sauce on my chicken nuggets.
Do you
You give
hear
me
this?
sweet and sour. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I've been learning to just let him go off when he's going off. It's great
true.
content.
Listen. Wendy, people that work at Wendy's are not the brightest people in the world. I hate the
I like
people.
Chick-fil-A.
People at McDonald's are actually smarter. I don't get it.
Huh?
People at McDonald's are lost my day. McDonald's never fucks up my order.
No, but what
Wendy's does.
yeah, McDonald's fucks up the order all the time.
Wendy's fucks up everything, especially the one on Eddie Street. They fuck everything up. I'm like, my God. If I say I want to order, they give me something completely different. I'm like, that's why I don't want a girl that works at Wendy's. Obviously, she's not that smart. But still, yeah, like I said, if you work at Wendy's, you're like...
I thought men don't care about what a female does.
I personally don't because I do whatever I want for myself. But in that type of situation, it's like kind of stupid. Because, I mean, I've been to Wendy's a lot. You always fuck up my order, so... If you fuck up my order in the drive-thru, who knows what else you're gonna fuck up in real life?
Yo. I just can't.
That just made me think of something.
What?
How many bad restaurant experiences before you decide a person's not for you?
What do you mean? Like if you go out with them?
And they're just not, like you hate how they are in a restaurant setting. Because that matters to me.
Three strikes you're out.
3 strikes you're out? Okay.
Yeah, fuck that.
I say like 2.
I would say 2 because, yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Because the first time you do it, I'm going to address it. The second time you do it, I'm like, are you fucking serious? That third time, I'm like,
what is your definition of a bad restaurant experience? Like if it's one of those, like he said no cheese... I'm not really worried about that because somebody's gonna say.
No bush. I be excuse me. But I'm very polite when I do it.
Yeah, how they handle that matters. I'm not saying be a pushover, but I'm like, if niggas just made a mistake, but you just make it this big grand event, that is one of the biggest turnoffs to me.
Nah.
I know a few people.
Excuse me, my man said he don't want cheese. Like, yo, you could just be like, I'm sorry.
Like you ever see
I asked for no cheese.
It was actually early Fresh Prince. When he was with Jazz's sister.
Yes.
And it was Vivica Fox. And he wasn't even allowed to talk to the waitress.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. Like no, like we are not doing that.
See, my life is built different, so I don't have that problem. But most men have that issue.
Yeah.
Really?
My life is a little bit different where I can go, babe, did you see the asshole? We giving her a good tip. Like I can play around like that.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I've never really had a bad restaurant experience, but I don't really plan on it. But if I do, I'm gonna be like,
it's telling. It's telling.
Yeah, it tells you what type of person you are.
It's like, yo, like.
Wait, you know what just crossed my mind? I know this is totally off subject, but I thought about it. Did we ever talk about the conversation of being flued out and the intentions behind it? Did we ever talk about that?
I'm gonna let you know right now. I don't know if we got enough time to really dive. We can start that topic, but we gonna need more time.
Did we ever talk about that?
No, but I think it's like the same as being Ubered out.
Ubered out?
Yeah, nah, Ubered out's way different.
If I Uber you.
Wait, hold the fuck up. I didn't even know there's a difference between being flued out and Ubered out.
Yeah,
like,
being
Ubered out is a new thing.
Uber is a local.
That's local. That's
wait, no. But I'm saying, but Ubered out is a real thing?
Yeah, I'll Uber you out like fucking bum.
Not a fucking bum. Wouldn't know, because I know people who really just don't want to drive. They have a license. They just don't like driving. They don't like.
My thing is this: if you're depending on my mode of transportation for you, then you are, and this is why it gets tricky. You're almost, why I'm Ubering you over.
Just like you know why. If it's not.
Just like you know I'm flying you out.
If it's not business orientated.
Yeah.
You know why.
It's 2:00 in the morning. I'm sending you an Uber.
No, what if it's not 2:00 in the morning? What if it's a 9:00 Uber?
In the morning?
Nope, 9:00.
9:00 at night?
Yep.
If there were no prearranged plans made and your Uber is right to my house.
I'm in my 30s. Bedtime is 11.
Yeah, like great. We got an hour and a half top, shorty. Like
I'm in my 30s. Bedtime is 11. Anything after 12, it's like I don't know if I'm gonna be up for that.
Yeah, you got until 10:45.
I tell you from 11.
By 10:50, I'm gonna be like, yo, your Uber's on the way.
I tell girls this. I say, listen, I don't do girls anymore, but you know what I mean. But if I tell
in his prime time,
in my prime time, I tell them like, listen.
Once upon a chapter.
I tell them, listen, anywhere between 11:30 and after, I can fall asleep at any fucking point.
Any given moment. Mid movie, I'm going.
Yeah. You can watch a serial killer movie, and I'm falling right asleep.
Put this
depending
Netflix
on how
on.
mad I piss you off, that might not be a smart idea to do that. Depending on how bad I piss you off before I fall asleep. But no matter what, boom, I'm falling asleep. At some point.
After 11 p.m. and the movie goes on, it's either you
some,
gonna watch Netflix or you gonna watch me sleep.
Yeah.
That's
just like Flo. Just like me and Flo knows, like being Ubered. If it's not about business,
yo, no bullshit.
You already know why you coming.
As an immature, irresponsible kid, that's why I used to love messing with older women. Cause I'll go to their crib by like 9. Knock it out by 10 and be with the boys playing Call of Duty by 11.
You're like, I'm tired.
I'm out.
I'm
Niggas
tired.
like, yo, I thought you went to Shorty's house. Oh, I put her to sleep. Nigga, like, she 35. She got to work in the morning.
That's why
Let's
I
get
like
this kill, baby.
Is that why young dudes like older women?
Probably.
That might be one of the... That's why I liked older women.
What are some reasons why young guys like older women?
I like the fact that you're more responsible. You know what you want and you communicate it in the bedroom. I can knock the dust off of your pussy by 11:45, and you're not gonna bother me.
And you have good snacks.
Older women don't bother you.
You have good snacks.
Older women do not bother you. If you call me and I say, yo, I'm chilling with my boys or whatever the case may be, an older woman understands I'll hit you up later. Them young girls are gonna be the ones, why you always gotta play 2K? Why we can't talk? Because we're gonna sit on the phone and it's gonna be 35 minutes of silence and a 50-minute conversation. Yeah. That's why.
And on top of that, you know what I mean? You always get the good snacks. I can be sitting at your kitchen table.
You know what I'm saying?
Eating your kids' Lunchable. And
she got dinner cooked.
But do
they cook.
But do the younger men take the older woman serious, like they actually would have a committed relationship with
her? If they like her, yes.
Ashton Kutcher did it.
If they like her, yes.
He didn't stay with her.
So what? Nobody stays together anymore.
It's like this. If I like you, then yes. If I know that you're only getting what you need to get out of me, then I'm not going to take you regardless of how old you are.
What do you mean the only thing?
You're just fucking me because I got young nigga dick.
Yeah,
And if I know that that's our dynamic, then I'm letting that be. As a young nigga, I have no problem letting that be a dynamic. Though.
Is the older woman taking that younger man serious?
That's exactly my point. How serious are you taking a 22-year-old nigga and you're 35?
I mean, depending on the 22-year-old nigga's mentality.
No.
Really?
No. Because I think all women that mess with young niggas, you're gonna have that thought in the back of your head, like he gonna do some young nigga shit at some
First
point.
argument too. You're too young.
Yeah. This is what you young niggas do. They're gonna throw that older women. Oh, I've had those arguments. I wouldn't This is exactly why I didn't want to mess with a young nigga. But you did.
Yeah, I won.
If this was why you didn't want to mess with a young nigga, you shouldn't have messed with a young nigga if you knew I was going to do some young nigga shit.
I mean, I feel like it all is based on maturity. If he presents himself to be very mature, like you can.
It doesn't matter if you have those goggles on.
He's gonna show his age.
Even if he does something that doesn't discredit his maturity, you're gonna chalk it up to that.
Because for your
safety,
mad.
For your safety, because I didn't let this little nigga just run game on me.
Yeah. On top of that, you might get mad on some little shit too. Like if he says the real Karate Kid's Jaden Smith, you might get mad. Like what? Because I'm like, what are you talking about?
You young ass nigga.
Yeah. Like what?
I mean, for me personally, I would look at it as like maturity means more, and like if you are responsible, you know how to conduct yourself, you know how to articulate yourself well enough. Because
well enough for you.
Well, I mean, well enough for me is anybody.
No.
Even a grown ass man, you need to be able to articulate yourself well enough.
Well enough for me, and that's the thing with older women. Because what you might think is me not being mature, the next older woman might not have a problem with it. That's what I mean. Well, it's subjective to what you. If you think, all right, let's say I'll use the video game thing just because most dudes play video games, right?
Sure.
If it's 11 p.m. Listen, if it's 11 p.m. right on a Wednesday. And I know you work in the morning. If you got an attitude that I ain't call you because I'm playing 2K, you just want to have a fucking attitude. Basically. I'm leaving you alone. Matter of fact, I didn't touch my video game all day until I knew you would be in bed. So there's no conflict. Mm-hmm. But you're calling me with an issue. Because
yes, you know.
But I'm.
I know. I hear you.
That a lot of I've dealt with older
women.
Me
personally, if I'm dealing with a young guy and he's a gamer. I might be, maybe like, I'm sure I'll run into a time where it's like, damn, like I wanted to talk, like, what the fuck, like, you know, I'm sure I would get there, but overall, I be fucking tired and burnt out from my day that I don't really.
And this nigga, and you come home to a nigga not bothering you.
I'm fine with that.
Fam,
I told you, for me, like quality time. All right, so I learned to understand that quality time is my love language.
Yep.
Like acts of service and quality time are my top two. That's how I know you fuck with me. But for me to give you love is gifts and acts of service. and then quality time.
Mm-hmm.
But and then physical touch. It's weird. Like I will give all 5, but like it's rankings. So like how you know I really fuck with you is really like the gifts and acts of service. Then comes the quality time. But for me, quality time is huge for me.
Yep.
Now, quality time for me doesn't mean like you have to be in my face having a conversation and all that other shit. It literally could be that you're just in the house. So you could be playing the game, and if you're sitting there playing the game and I'm just laying in the bed, I'm fine with that.
So listen, because I was gonna say that. With my girl is what I call a part-time gamer. She does not really play video games like that, but if there's a game she's interested in, she'll binge it, we'll play it together, whatever. I play a game called Valorant. Valorant is a very time-consuming game.
Yeah, I heard of that game.
It's very time-consuming. One game of Valorant can run you anywhere between 20 to an hour. It's a long game. So what I do is, either in between my rounds or in between games, I'll just go run in the room real quick, give my girl a kiss, ask her what she's watching, whatever the case may be, and go right back to my game. Because I understand, I'm about to be consumed. So just in case she wants to do something or want to spend time, whatever, let me check on her, whatever the case may be. Or if I used to play 2K, in between quarters, when the commentators are talking, I'll run in the living room, give my girl a kiss, slap her on the butt, go right back to my game. Like, I'm here, I know you're here.
Yeah, no, because I know most men is Call of Duty.
I like Call of Duty. But, so do you consider texting quality time?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. It's a slippery
slope.
slope.
Not even quality time, but a quality conversation.
Yeah, do you consider that, like, he's invested in me, quality time, something? Like, what do you...
All right, so in the... Me understanding dating, especially for right now, like, I really hate the talking phase. Yeah. Like, I really, really fucking hate the talking phase. But if you... all right. You obviously begin to understand a person's routine, especially as weeks go by, right? Yep. So if I know that you tend to wake up between, I don't know, for example, 12 to 2 p.m. or 12, if you work third shift. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, let me go. Well, yeah, no, I'm going to stick with the 12 to 2. I'm going to go with third shift. I'm going to go with this scenario. So he works third shift, or he be up late, and then he goes to sleep. He wakes up 12 to 2. Cool. If within that time frame of 12 to 2, I'll even push it to 12 to 3. I'll give that 3-hour window. If within those 3 hours that you end up texting me and you kind of text me on a consistent basis that you're saying good afternoon or good morning or whatever it is. Yeah. And like you're asking me what am I doing or how's my day and everything like that. I appreciate that. Then if like the day's going on and like you're texting me here and there to just see like, what I'm up to and then like we'll have a little conversation. That's fine. For me, it's how long does it take for you to initiate for us to spend time or for you to want to be in my face? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what matters to me. Does that make sense?
Now I have a question too. How often do you expect quality time?
So
how many nights?
This is why it's so fucking annoying with the talking phase. Because I would say, ideal. But I'm so used to being in a relationship, I live with the person. So for me, ideally, of course, every day. However, if we're talking about a dynamic that's brand fucking new and, in the beginning, once a week at the very least, like we have our night.
So let's say like you're with them, let's say 7 months.
7 months in, we got to be at the two nights at the very, like.
2 nights, 7 months? Within 7 months?
7 months in, we should be meeting at the door when I get out of work at the same time.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you should be pulling up when I'm coming home. Like,
no. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, at the
how many nights?
How many nights are you sleeping over? Is what he's saying. Like me personally, like.
We hit that 7 month range. How many nights do you think?
7 months. 3 to 4.
I would say 2 to 3. Like I'm cool with 2 to 3, but because like for me, like I said, I came out of dynamics where like. If I'm talking about me here right now, where I'm at in my life, I came out of dynamics that all my relationships have been like playhouse relationships. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's been almost all my dynamics. And so me living with a person, like granted you get to find out more about a person living with them than anything else. However, I'm fine with not living with a person right now. So like every single night being with you, that'll make me feel like I live with you.
I think men.
But within the first year, like after a year, we need to figure this out.
Yeah. I think men who have their own place. I think men who have their own place have a better gauge of that, because I get to, if I want to, at any given moment, if I'm dealing with a woman, I get to play house with you for a little bit to see how you are.
Right.
Because it don't take nothing but a toothbrush and a pair of shorts before your hair every night.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I have my own spot.
Oh, yeah, my toothbrushes in.
Yeah, well, I'm saying for her. If she's coming to my spot every night, I'm not, just how I am in relationships, I'm not going to demand you leave. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see actually how long you try to be a little squatter. I'm gonna let you.
Not a squatter.
I'm gonna let you.
This nigga said a fucking squatter.
Nah, because women be squatting, bro.
Yo.
Women be squatting.
Hey, I'm not.
Who the fuck raised you?
I know what the fuck you mean.
You know what I mean.
The fuck you mean.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what the
to
fuck.
the point where you like,
bitches.
shorty, do you have a house? Like,
the fuck you here? You living under my roof. I'm paying everything. You ain't doing shit.
You ain't paid a bill yet, but
No.
you think because you leave when I leave,
You ain't doing shit.
You don't gotta pay no
I mean,
bills.
like I've dealt with niggas who have their own house and stuff like that, and even then, like the one dude in particular, he was older than me. He lived in a townhouse, and so there's a
projects for a second.
no. He
I was
lived
like,
in
whoa.
he lived in a white ass neighborhood. He lived in a townhouse. And so, like, it got to a point where, like, me and him was dealing with each other. I think we was, like, probably 5 months in. And, like, so I started coming around a lot more frequently or whatever. And I would cook, clean, and all that other stuff.
It went from when you're coming over to why you gotta leave?
No.
That's what happens.
No. Like, with him, he would be like, oh, but there would be nights that even though I go there and chill and cook, clean, I would leave. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have to stay there.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to really stay there.
Yeah.
Like, I know how to separate the two.
Yeah. Some people don't.
Yeah, no, I know how to
That's why I said
separate
some
the two.
women be
Because you
squatters,
know what
bro.
it is?
Some-
Especially, like, for me, I hate feeling like I'm a bother. That goes right through me. Like, if I feel like...
You're inconveniencing.
Yeah, like, you may want your space, but you don't want to tell me that you want your space because you don't want me to be offended.
Because the
I
last
hate that
girl
feeling.
didn't react so well when you asked for space.
Right.
Yeah.
Most of our decisions are
Based on previous...
reactive. Yeah, they're not proactive at all.
Or based on somebody else.
Yeah. It's hard for men to not do that. Like, it's very hard because, again, we avoid, like, issues because we don't like to deal with them. So it's like, yo, if I see you doing the same thing as the last person, how do I get out of Dodge? Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, the last chick, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I kind of want to be alone tonight, and she thought the relationship was over. You might be cool with it, but I don't know how to say that to you because I'm still thinking about the last time that came out of my mouth.
A lot of our situations is based on past.
Backpedaling.
Past shit. Like, if I sat here and said, listen, like, we've been together every fucking night, I think, you know what I'm saying, you should probably not be around, like, the next, like, day or two. I need to myself.
Oh, why? What bitch you got coming over?
Yeah.
Why you want to do... Damn, you don't even live here.
It was like the last girl was alright with it. She was alright with it. Alright, cool, yeah. It's like these. It's natural shit. Just like if, you know, I don't know, if you fucking if you tell a girl or a girl tells a guy she loves him too early, all of a sudden he starts fucking walking all over them. It might not be with the situation.
That is another thing. The whole love part.
I don't like love.
What about it?
Like, when is too soon to say?
What is too soon? I don't know. I
don't think there's a time limit on that.
I don't know, but I have a friend. His name is Pierre. Shout out to him.
Yo!
He's in France.
Yo!
Listen. We've had this conversation before.
Yo!
We had this conversation
Why
before.
did he just do pee like that?
Listen.
Yo!
I'm getting to it. Right?
Oh
Shout out to
my
him. We've had this
fucking
conversation.
God,
We're like, nigga,
yo.
we fall in love in like 3 hours. Who gives a fuck?
If I don't see it, I can't say I witnessed it.
We
Yo.
fall in love in like 3 hours.
This is the second time this man made me go like this to him on
We
the
fall
fucking
in love in like
podcast.
3 hours. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, nah.
I'm not gonna tell you that, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you that, but it might have been a thing.
So what are some things that guys do when they love a woman?
Comfort.
yeah, comfort.
If I'm comfortable with you, I might be in love tomorrow.
No, but I get that's what would provoke it. But what I'm saying is like how like if you won't say it, how could a woman spot it?
If I'm sleeping with you in just boxes, I fucking love you.
Yeah, that's one of them. If I'm comfortable, again, comfort. If I'm being myself around you,
we're sleeping together. I go to your crib, you come to my crib. I'm in straight boxes, or I'm sleeping butt ass naked with the fucking noodle. I love you.
one of the
Really?
If I'm sleep with the noodle,
If I'm sleeping with the noodle,
we're not. We're married. If I sleep with the noodle, we're married,
We're
bro.
fucking love.
Yeah.
Noodle?
The noodle.
The limp.
The limpy.
The limpy. I'm putting on you with the fucking noodle.
When you just get with a nigga and he trying to impress you, you only see it when it's hard. Like,
I mean, give you that.
or when he's ready to go. Like,
yeah, I mean, exactly.
Wait, no, there's been times where guys will lay there and they'll be limp and they just want you to like go ahead and caress it and play with it and stuff.
He went to the bathroom first and gave it a few tugs.
Yeah,
that wasn't full noodle.
He's giving you the half chub.
Yeah, that wasn't full
the half
noodle,
chub.
bro.
I'm talking about straight noodle.
No, I'm talking about straight noodle. Like you can move it and it kind of feels like Play-Doh.
Like I'm sleeping with you and I'm hugging you while I have the noodle. Like I fucking love you.
All right, so outside of that example, what else is there?
Doing shit.
If a dude wants you to be around, just to be around, that's a very, very textbook one. Like if I call you up to be like, yo,
just to touch you.
Like if I just call you like, yo, you coming over? Oh, what are we gonna do? I don't know, just come over.
Okay, but what if that's not the dynamic?
What do you mean?
I'm saying what's the other example? Because that could also depend on like living situation.
I think preferential time is a big one for men.
What is it?
Preferential time. If I'd rather spend time with you, doing the same thing I could do either by myself or with my peoples.
I heard of that one.
Yeah. Like if you know I like to just watch. Like if you know I like to watch the game on Sunday with my boys. And then one Sunday, I'm just like, yo, I'm just trying to chill at the crib, trying to come over while I watch the game. Oh, that nigga likes you.
Like if you're
nigga likes
like
you.
If you're taking, like if you're sleeping, right? You're sleeping on the bed, couch, whatever. You're sleeping, right? And it's daytime. Let's just say it's daytime. I'm sitting there, I'm eating. I'm watching fucking Maury and Jerry Springer, all the good shows.
That would be his good
and
show.
you're just sleeping. You're sleeping. I'm not waking you up. Get the fuck out of here. Nothing. I'm letting you do you. You're there, comfortable, and I'm just sitting here watching.
What if the dynamic is he comes to her house more than she goes to his ever? What are some ways?
If he comes over and goes to sleep.
He does little things. If he does little things at your house. Like if he's like,
yo, I saw you ain't have no toilet paper.
Yeah, well,
like just little shit.
Oh, you ran out. I got you water, or
if he starts,
I got you a case of water, or I made your bed, or you know what I mean,
what
shit
if,
like that.
All right, so I guess more so too. Like, so I have younger sisters and I have younger cousins, and like, if they're dealing with dudes in their age range, like what are little things that they can spot? Because I feel like right now in this generation society,
dudes, we wouldn't be able to tell you.
I don't fucking know.
We wouldn't be. Them niggas move a whole different way.
Yeah, it's a different world.
But what was you doing when you were younger?
Nothing. That's what
I'm saying. We move a whole different manner. I ain't learned none of this shit until I hit like 26, 27.
Yeah. I was doing the same shit. Like, I like you, but I'm still going to the club every fucking weekend.
At that age, niggas are still dumb enough and young enough to think that if a woman fucks you, she loves you.
Yeah.
So we don't know what necessarily the right things to do. You know
what I'm saying? If I'm 21, I don't know what the fuck love is.
Yeah. I'm thinking because I'm dropping dick off every night, that's me showing you I love you.
I'm dropping dick off. Yeah, I'm dropping some dick off a little bit here and there, and then I'm going back to whatever the hell I'm doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm with you. I'm with the gang all week. I'm in the clubs. I'm drinking. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
I'm a pop on Saturday, and then on Sunday when you want to spend time with me, I'm like, yo, we just fucked yesterday.
Yeah,
that's young nigga shit. That's young nigga shit. Like, yo, we just fucked yesterday. Why are you mad?
And so I think as you get older, you have a better understanding of what it means.
Yep.
Because now you're in the house a little bit more. You're not really out. You're not really outside like you used to be.
Again, not everybody gets the cheat code of messing with an older woman at a young age. I did have that cheat code, so I moved a little bit differently. But for the most part, I just had young nigga brain, and I was just doing young nigga shit. I'm gonna fuck you on Friday, hang out with my niggas on Saturday. You ain't gonna hear from me on Sunday. Like, that's football day. Like,
yeah.
And if you don't understand that, then you're the problem.
Yeah. But I think, like, we leave signs. Like, if you like, once again, y'all like bad boys. Y'all like bad guys, right? Mm. You know if he really likes you, if he's not that bad to you.
Okay.
You know he loves you if he's not that bad.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you first of all, we live in a small state. Everybody fucking knows each other. So if you know this guy is an asshole or something like that, but he's not like that to you, chances are he probably does love you.
So we're at the 2-minute warning, but I want to ask, so are you saying if a woman gets with a man that cheats, there's no way she should be mad if he continues to cheat? Because she knows what she's getting with?
They fucking tell you. The signs are there. The proof is in the pudding.
Imagine that.
They just fucking ignore it. The proof is in the fucking pudding. If I'm in a relationship...
Why'd you trigger him?
If I'm in a relationship... Or if I have a kid on the way,
you know
what I mean. If I'm in between a relationship where I have a kid on the way, or something like that, and I decide to fuck with you, but I'm also doing all my dirt on the side. I'm basically fucking telling you I am a cheater, I am an asshole, I don't like you, I just don't want nobody else to have access to you, and I'm probably gonna waste your time for the next fucking 4 years.
Why don't you want someone to have access to them?
Because that's mine now. I own that shit. So
it's an ownership thing?
Yes, it is. It is a conquer shit.
Death
It is an
Row
ownership
Records.
shit. It is an ownership. It is an ownership thing. If I might not like you, I might not want to be with you, I might not want to spend the rest of my life with you, but I don't want nobody else to fucking do that.
Think about lions. I own all the women in this pride. I don't even want to fuck all of them, but if another male lion comes around here, I'm gonna tear his ass up.
That's exactly what it is. And a lot of women waste their time dealing with Mr. Fucking Wrong because they keep getting gaslit and just keep going in this fucking revolving door of some guy who really doesn't even want them. He just wants to he does enough to make sure no other guy can have access to you.
30 seconds.
We're gonna stop there. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Put the notification on so you could come check us out with our fuckery, clearly. But yeah, head over to IG, say your perspective. Let us know what you guys think. Let me know if there's anything else you want us to talk about.
Yes. I love that I know how to do this now.
Bye, guys.